guest is a top-notch philanthropist who is joining us today. I'm privileged here to have Madam Anna Echampong and her lovely daughter, Dr. Jessica Agri Echampong. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like we were saying, you've grown into a life of philanthropy. So my first question would be, what led to this growing up? What was your upbringing like?
Okay, thank you. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, somebody will say. And I saw my mom selling her clothes to put me to school. She struggled to make me who I am today. It wasn't very easy. I'm the firstborn of 4. And I never knew my dad until a teenage age, when someone showed me, this is your dad. I was angry. I was very tearful. And I said, if I had my own way, I will ask him why. But then I couldn't anyway. So growing up, it was all in my mind that what I have been through wasn't an easy thing to joke with. Sometimes you come back from school and there is only gari and salt, and whilst you are eating it, your mom will say, you wait, at the end of the week, Saturday, you know, she's encouraging you to eat that gari and soup soaked. And you have to eat it. You don't have any choice. So when you see what is happening in the world these days with children and orphans and I tell myself, no, if I can help a little child or put a smile on somebody's face, I think it will be a blessing. And it's a desire, an inner desire, the willingness, you know.
So that's how it all started?
That's how it all started, yes.
And you also are a mental health practitioner.
Yes.
Yes. And director of a private home.
Yes.
Private home? Is it a private
yes.
home care?
Yes, care home.
So how do you balance all these?
No, I'm now retired.
Oh, okay.
I'm now retired, yeah. I don't.
Did any of these roles have any impact on your philanthropy work?
It did. I mean, when we were growing old, when you see, sorry to say that, a mental person on the road, you run away from them. But being there in my own home, I lived there with them. I interacted with them one-to-one. I realized that the more you love them, they are human beings like us, you know. The more you love them, the more they are so close and attached to you. You make them realize that, oh, so this woman loves me. They don't care who you are. They love you the way you are. So it made me think twice. I said, these people are very, very special. They are humans. They have heart, exactly, like me. So why would you run away? Why would you be scared of them? I took them in. Some had psychosis, some had drugs abuse and addiction and all sorts of schizophrenic, and I was able to interact with them. Some got better and went back to the community, and others took time, you know, to heal.
I was going to say, was there a correlation? Did you feel that the way you opened up to them helped those who got healed in any way better than anything else?
It did. It really did. There was one or two, you can't mention names,
of course, and
she used to play up, because anytime she sees that you are afraid of her, she plays up. Oh. She scares you more. You know, so she will always wait. So, oh, you wait. If Madam Anne come, oh, no, please don't tell Madam Anne. I'm only joking with you, you know. So some of them are aware of their situation. Yes. Yes, and they use it against those who are scared of them. Yes.
Then you moved on to help to reach out to a lot more people.
Yes.
And even institutions. Well, for your charity work, who have you helped? Is it more institutions or individuals, or both?
I have helped individuals. One time I had 18 children in my home. It was a big home. Actually, it was built purposely for mental hope. But when I came back to Ghana, I realized that it wasn't all that easy. It wasn't simple to just go out there. And so, I don't know, seldomly the children started coming. One boy will come, and then before you realize, within 2 weeks, another 2 will join. And before I realized, there were 18 adults with about 3 children. And I can't...
And you were responsible for their feeding?
I was responsible. My husband would sometimes get angry. Why from all this?
Wow.
But then, if you are born with it, you can't help it.
I'm told you're able to identify suffering, and then you go out and help. That's you, that's your nature.
That's my nature. That's my nature. I can't help it. Sometimes
that brings me to the next question. The family.
The family,
I
know.
Doctor, let's bring Doctor in. Doctor is seated right here. Doctor, I know you were the youngest, but how did you take it all? How did you take? Was it hard? Were you understanding? How did it all go?
I'll be honest, for me, from a very young age, growing up, age 5, 6, sometimes you learn. You see your mother, going out with her, oh, I need to check on this person, I need to check on... So it just became a normal routine part of life. It's only that I've gotten older and I've seen the added complexities and the layers attached to it of what it takes, to go out and just help someone. Is a lot more, it takes a lot more. So sometimes it can be very, very hard to see. And
so, but you are with her.
Yeah.
Was there any prodigal son or daughter to her just because of this? Did family have an issue to the extent that somebody got, I can't live with this or something?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, naturally we're all humans, and we, with the children, everyone's got different personalities.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like, you might find yourself doing a bit more or helping out in ways that other people wouldn't, and sometimes that was difficult to see. I know sometimes she can wake up very early in the morning and say, "Come, we need to go here," or very late in the night she'll get a phone call, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Wow. Somebody's in the hospital, and I'll be honest, I was a lot younger, I didn't understand. Okay, what's that got to do with me? I'm trying to sleep. I've got school or uni. Why are you adding all these problems with me? Other people have problems, I can help. But why does it have to require me to wake up early in the morning or be woken up suddenly 3 a.m., So it comes with, but obviously when people are in need, it's 24/7. It's not only during the day. So it comes with understanding.
The family has come to terms.
Yeah, we that's her nature. There's nothing we can do about it. And it's never going to stop, and so obviously we support.
And actually, there's something you can do about it, because you're handling communication, you're handling public affairs, corporate affairs, and all those things. So you can do something. And
we are. I mean, naturally, we've grown and molded into it, and it's just become a part of life.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Osofumami.
Okay.
Yes, we hear you, Osofumami, too.
Yeah.
Does that play in any way in all of this? I mean, you are the mother of the whole church.
Yes, I'm also from Mame, and actually I was a Catholic born, and all my children were dedicated. They were altar serving God in a way, until I had, met my husband, who was a strong Pentecostal.
Yeah.
So there was no way out. I could, see him alone going to church and leaving my own. So I would quickly go to Mass, drop my children there, and then quickly go with him. And yes, it was a struggle from the beginning. In the end, I gave up Catholic, and then I went there. Even sometimes I miss my Mass though. Yes, so it was a challenge, but I was able to cope. Yeah.
Okay. Let's come to what challenges you have in doing philanthropy, in doing charity work. Is there anything that hinders your work or that makes you feel regret? Is there anything that people do to people, or maybe even governments, or yourself, you wake up one day like, today I'm too tired, or anything? Is there anything that you can bring up that causes you to pause and say, why is this? Why am I in this? Is there any reason? Is there anything?
To be honest, sometimes the more I ask myself, there is more questions than answers. Yes. So many people are suffering.
Yeah.
I can't be there for everybody.
Yeah.
But I just speak to myself and the little prayer I have with God, that God, if I can do just a little, errand for someone to put a smile on somebody's face, to make a little difference in their lives, I'll be very grateful to you, God. This has always been my prayer and my wish and my desire. And I think God always opens a way for me to do that.
Any challenges you probably have seen.
Yeah.
Even though you've surmounted it, you may have even surmounted it, but they're still there, it's still lingering.
Yeah, there are many challenges, and every case is different, and sometimes people are in very hard to reach areas. Sometimes there's so many things you hear or places you need to be, and there's little time, little resources. But I think it always plays out really, really well.
Okay.
But
It hasn't stopped you.
No.
Getting to them.
Yeah, we've always managed to, whatever we've planned or whatever we've scheduled, it always falls through. I think the challenges are knowing that I know how my mum is. You do one thing, oh, if only I could have added this to that. It's okay. They're happy.
Wow.
You provided a difference. And I know she just wants to do more and more and more. And obviously, we don't take donations. We don't take any of that sort of thing. This is just something many years, decades from when I was young, seeing mum. She just does it on her own.
Operating on her own.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you've done in the...
Okay, so I think the most recent thing is we've just this month, December, Freedom House Orphanage. We went there was a lot of children, I think from the age of 1 month going up to the age of 18 years. A lot of provisions, donations, and food, and things that would last a lot for the children per se. And then again, another premature twin babies where shortly after giving birth, the mother had passed away, and they were in the hands of a very old, frail woman that was taking care of newborns, and the lady needs help herself. So again, a lot of provisions, donations, some money as well for them. And then Tema ICU, so premature babies that in the incubators, some of them, stable, some of them are, fighting for their life. So again, provisions for the newborns. Sometimes we'll meet the mothers there, those sorts of things. And obviously we've done donations previously in the hospitals. It depends case on case. Some
all
of them
over, year in, year out.
Yeah, we've been doing it year in, year out, but even sometimes when I'm not in the country, I'll hear that she's gone to this place, and followed up people, kept in contact for many, many years. And
that brings us to this. How do you identify? How do we come to you? Or how do you
finding out about these things.
You get a call, you just go about looking for who to help?
Oh, sometimes I see it online or WhatsApp. Oh, there was a case on the television, and then there's this lady who came online, and I was watching these twins. The mom gave birth 4 days, she passed away, and then I said, no, wherever she is, I will track you down and then look for you, And so this case is, and this Bojuase orphanage, someone called that the children are suffering, and they have to go out there and beg for food to come and feed 55 children. I was very touched when I heard it. So I said, well, if we can just go there and put smiles on their faces, and at least it will be a blessing for us.
Wonderful.
So some of these we see it online and WhatsApp or just by phone calls. Yeah.
And even so, hospitals, there's always going to be areas of hospitals that are always in dire need of equipment. That's something that's never going to stop. So we just happen to pick the maternity neonatal unit. to keep on going there and supporting. So that's going to be an ongoing thing. Hospitals will always need resources.
And
So.
I remember the donation you gave to the cardiothoracic center.
Yeah, many years
Oh
ago.
yes, that's many years. Dr. Frimpong Boateng, yeah. They had set that unit a couple of months, and my brother got shot.
Yeah.
So he was a patient there. And then we visited him, and the nurses were just writing and writing and writing. I said, don't you have computers? We've been here for hours. He said, no, madam, we just write. So we donated computers to them. And then they really appreciated it. We went to Mami Dokuno's orphanage that time in Belempe or somewhere. That's a long time.
Yeah, I was young.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. And, you know, so
you've been in this for
for a long time,
wow,
for a long time, yes.
So this brings me to the fact that you are really impacting lives. Okay, so even if you're not giving in terms of actual tangible things, there are certain things that you've told me about helping a couple. For example, improving a couple's lives as well. Can you touch on it a bit so that people know that there's an even broader scale?
Oh, this club we have, a women's club, we educate the women. Some of them don't have a job anyway. And instead of them interacting with the children, they will be just, I say, busybody, going around gossiping, and before you realize, it's nighttime. You are going to. So we sit them there and say, listen, you have to bond. You have to bond with your own children. Just keep talking to them. Some of them are so dirty. I know they have to play. But you really need to educate your own children. Sit down with them. You don't have a job. There was this couple, they got married, and then all of a sudden the husband disappeared. 6 months. For 6 months. He blocked the telephone line, and the woman was so desperate. The son was dying in the hospital, no husband to be found. And she said, Ma, you have to help us. I said, God, what will I do to help us? Yes. So I called this man. He didn't respond, but the next day he responded, and then I had to pretend I had a job for him to come and do. And miraculously, he came, and then we settled it. And now they are just living happily together again. As the little advice we know, we gave it to them. And some of the women, a couple of weeks ago, we taught them how to make a soya bean drink.
Wow.
So that if you can, go out there and do a little...
Get a business out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, take a day out of life and then do something for yourself. If it will help you, at least I'll be very grateful, to God that I've
it's wonderful
also,
what you guys are doing. Doctor, anything you want to add to in terms of what you
reaching out and impact? I think through linking the club and various places that we've gone to, sometimes we try and integrate a free health screening, which is what I've been able to do in the past. The most recent one, that was in Adringano Park, and I remember I wasn't even expecting a lot of people to come, but there was quite a lot of people. So I had my sister at the time, she was there to help me, and then it was just myself, and then going through a long queue of examining, asking people their problems, and we managed to pick up quite a lot of scary things. I mean, there's some people that are walking around with seriously high blood pressure and I haven't got a clue, picking up blood sugars that were through the roof, diabetes, they had no clue, lady with eye problems, and palpitations, all sort of things that we picked up. And then at the end of it, I'd spoken to, quite a middle-aged old lady, and then she came to me, how much do I have to pay? She started crying. I said, you don't have to pay anything. And then she just kept crying and crying and crying. So for me, I didn't really understand. I knew, obviously, you're worried that you don't approach going to hospitals because you haven't got money. But just looking at her, the way she was crying, made me understand that there's so many people out there that they know they need to seek help, but they're too afraid. One, probably the financial burden, and So I think that was one thing that touched me that I remember, and something that I won't forget. So it's again something continuous.
I can see sustainability right here. You take that from your mom.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
ingrained.
She
Yeah.
comes every year to support, to be with us. I mean,
Yeah.
when it's time, Mom, when is the time? You know,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
doesn't care. She will buy the ticket and then come and support us.
Yeah, and then I bring a lot of medical
Yes.
equipment.
Yes.
So my suitcases,
Full
test
of-
kits,
Yes.
blood pressure machines. Sometimes people, you know, I notice they may need it
Diabetic,
more,
yeah.
and I'll be able to bring more. Now
Yeah.
I would say keep this blood pressure machine, keep an eye on it, go to the clinic, do referrals. Yeah, a lot of equipment. So it costs a lot of money to buy all these things, and
That's what I was coming to. So
Yeah.
somebody will imagine who is helping you.
Nobody, God.
yeah,
We,
it's
we,
just.
we take our source of strength from God.
Yeah, so I
God.
work and then I put
Yeah.
aside
Yeah.
that and then save it, buy equipment. Okay, where has mum been? This person needs this. Okay, I'll try it, add it in and just add it in. Yeah, that's fine.
It's amazing. The takeout for this, the objective for this is Madam Anna Osofumami is saying that if she can do it, then you can also do
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So together, if we can all do a little bit,
Yes.
our little bit, the world will be a better place.
That's right.
That is the takeout
Yes.
from all of this.
Yes.
Now let's look at the future. I
Yeah.
know a baton seems to be passed on to you and all, but
Yeah.
having done this for a while, is there any particular component or segment that you rather move away from, and focus on other segments in terms of, let's say, more institutions, more vulnerable, something that you
Okay.
define, or you are going to keep to that? And let me tie this into, do you encounter frauds? Do you encounter fraudsters? Do you encounter people who try to, con you into
Yeah.
just because of how benevolent you are?
Yeah, I think times have changed. You know, my mum was doing this from early beginning, where things were word of mouth. You go to the place, you visit, you see it for
You see,
yourself,
yeah,
and that's
exactly,
that.
yeah.
Now we're in an age of digital times, technology,
Yeah.
and we hear stories all the time about people, you know, pretending to be sick, recording themselves, putting it on there.
Yeah.
So I think one thing moving forward is very important for verification. You know, sometimes you can't always be 100%, but that's a process that is
Yeah.
very important. Things that I tend to highlight and emphasize to my mum, okay, so let's be sure, how can we help this person? How can we... So sometimes, you know, we'll have somebody else that we can trust just to go and check out for us beforehand. Okay, this is where it's located.
Yeah.
They've seen it for themselves, and then we'll know, okay, this is the day we'll move. So
that's the
verification is something that I find is really important. But I think in terms of institution and
Yeah.
what my mum has picked up, from what I've seen for myself in future, for instance, the Freedom House Orphanage, that one really touched me. I know that moving forward, whether with my mum or on my own, I've already decided that that will be a place that I'll be happy to commit to moving forward. Hospital donations, all hospitals need help. That's something that's going to be ongoing. And I think with the background of my work and my career, I believe that, you know, tying in health to anything, health is relevant for everyone, whether you're a baby up until you're very, very old. Try and link it in all the time. And if there's also complex special cases that my mum has seen already, I'll be very happy to tie it in moving forward. So that's my approach, tying in the health everywhere, and, you know, the orphanages, and then any other cases that she feels is important for me to do. We'll do it. Yeah.
So, Mami, is there anything you want to add to this?
Yeah.
If I have to repeat the question again, I'm talking about, have you identified something that you'd like to move towards in terms of institutions, if a whole different kind of outreach, identify vulnerable people, prison?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
prison.
No, we don't really mind. I mean, we go to prisons.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go to prisons, and we went to a
Wutu
Wutu
camp,
camp,
Yeah.
Fete prisons.
Okay.
Even though we were meant to go to Nsawam prison, so we don't know how we ended up there.
Yeah.
So we don't really mind. I mean, anywhere, any place.
With a particular need, and
with
we
a
know
particular
that there's
need, yes.
lacking resources,
We don't
vulnerable
mind.
people.
If it's not fake,
then
and they're vulnerable,
Yeah.
we don't mind going.
Yeah.
We don't mind going.
Somebody asked you that, what will you rely on when you retire? I'm also asking you that question. Because you seem to be, when it comes to you, you just push it away. It comes to you.
I know.
Yes.
So, yeah. So somebody was very concerned. A very good friend of mine, a pastor, and said, "So, Mommy, I'm so concerned and I'm so worried about your old age. What would you live on?" I said, we live Romans 8, 36, 37. We are killed every day. We are humiliated and suffer every day. But we are still here. Because God gives us the strength and ability to do what we do. We couldn't have done what we do. We can't. It's Him who gives us the strength to go on to do that. So He created money, He created wealth. So how I will eat and how we will do it, it's all God's hand. Yes, God's doing.
So if somebody is thinking right now that I have to have $1 million before I can start giving, what would you tell such a person?
No, we will encourage him. We will encourage him to do that. I mean, it's all part of how do you call it? Fulfilling the Great Commission.
Yeah.
You see, so
if he's thinking I have to have
that much money before
I can help.
Not necessarily.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so. No, you don't have to have. I don't have anything in my account.
Yeah, so it's not necessary.
I don't have anything in my account, but I do what I do. It's my desire, my willingness to do that. Yeah, right now I went to the police.
Anyway, we'll leave that one for another day. I think everyone is gifted. Everybody has a gift. Even if you don't recognize what it is yet, you have something.
Yeah.
Some people are able to give really good advice. Some people teach very well. Some people speak very well. Some people are really gifted with cooking. Some people like to make dresses. Some people, it just depends. So you don't need to have a lot of money. I mean, at the orphanage, even if somebody's really good with sports activities, health, football, I met a young guy there that I will go back again. He has an aspiration and a dream to become a footballer. I'm very happy to support with the equipment, but it's not always about the money. Anything that you can teach, hospitals, if you take time to, speak to the parents, speak to the children, or volunteer, there's so many ways that you can help. It's not all about money, even your presence. There's like elderly homes.
I was going to say.
Just supporting your time any way that you can.
Our present day.
They makes a big difference. Even if sometimes you've got old shoes we've grown out of, or clothes that you don't even wear anymore, you walk past it every day, someone else would be so happy to have it. It would make a big difference rather than throw it away or just...
Okay, so after all these years, it seems to us or everybody else that you are on your own, and that's a fact. You don't have help from anyone. You give anyway from whatever you have, your own resources, wherever you get it, wherever you find it. Is it because you don't need help at all? Or you want to run on your own? Or you feel that other people coming in will bring issues?
That's not
Is that why? Or you are open to partnerships, or you are open to any sponsorships, you are open to help that will come from anywhere, especially institutions and even individuals.
If anybody wants to help, they are welcome.
Nice,
If anybody wants to help, they are welcome. As Dr. J says, you don't have to have millions. Any little that can put a smile on somebody's face. You are welcome.
Definitely welcome and open. So I think it's just we're in a time now where sometimes you go online, people are saying, oh, please send money to this account, please send money to this Momo account, or you go on TV, there's numbers going across the screen, please give money. So I understand people are very doubtful. It puts people off. People are saying, oh, give this donation, give this donation. So some people sit there and say, why should I do that? If I want to give, I'll go directly. So I don't blame a lot of people. Unfortunately, we're in times where people take advantage, and there's a lot of counterfeits. I don't blame them. So I think that's why we're not at the forefront of saying, please help, please give, please bring money, because it's understandable. But if you see, if they see this in a touch, very happy. We know we have the links directly with it. They can go out and check themselves. We're open.
And you have the experience.
Yes.
We've done this for years.
On our own. So they can see that we've already been doing it anyway. So if they want to help, it's great. There's more resources, more things to help with people. So, I mean, the people that are on the receiving end will really appreciate it. So any collaborations are welcome. That's fine.
Can we put out the contact detail?
Okay.
So that they can reach us on.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I'll just get my phone out, so I'll give the number. We have a representative who will be very helpful. His name is Eric. Eric Akoto. So
Eric
I'll
Akoto.
put the number out.
Okay.
026
Yeah.
373 2333. That's 026 373 2333.
Take your time.
And I also have my own email address and my Instagram social media handle.
Yes.
So on Instagram is Dr. Jessica Aggrey, so DrJessicaAggrey, all small letters. So that one you can just send it a DM or follow interactive on there. And I've got videos and clips of things that we do as well on there so they can see it. And my email address, yeah. So my email address is Jessica, that's JESSICA, full stop, AKYEAMPONG at hotmail.com. At hotmail.com.
Oh, Hotmail, okay.
So, yeah, I think I've had a couple of people that have expressed interest that they want to help with some, feminine products. So we're looking into supporting them with.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Is there any other thing you want to share? Any anecdote, anything you've done that has touched you, you've seen that has touched you, anything you want to even say? Let's put it out there.
Okay, anything else?
Recently, one of the children I have looked after had opportunity to go to America and then came back to have a very big wedding, and I was overwhelmed that day. I was made the mother of the day, and everywhere my name was being mentioned, I said, it's all God's doing. So at least the little that we do has had impact on somebody. So
yeah,
I just want to thank everybody. If you are willing to help or support or do anything, just a tiny little thing, just do it. Just do it. If I can do it, you can also do it.
They can do it as
yes, and remember, if you are eating, having a luxury food or something, think of an orphan or a prisoner somewhere who is starving. So do it with love. Just do it with love.
Do it with love.
I
think don't underestimate the little help that you will give someone. Whether it's a little child or something, you never know the future. You don't underestimate what they become in the future. Going to the neonatal unit, seeing all the babies in the incubators, that's our future leaders, that's our future president, sportsman representing the country or global. These are children and human beings with a future. So just know that whatever you give, it may feel tight or whatever at the time, but the blessing that comes with it will be tenfold. So just be rest assured that, every little helps.
How do you make time?
Well, I think luckily my mum manages to tell me things well in advance in good time. So I'm able to sort my schedule out when I'm working in London, because I work in NHS, sort that out and then come back to Ghana and then carry on the charity work and the screening. So with good times and being able to organize things in advance, it all falls into place all the time. So I actually thank God for that. So thank you.
Also for Mami, which ones touch your heart more? And I know you help anybody and everybody, but is it the children? Will you if you had one CD and you have to give it out, will you give it to the children, or will you choose
that's difficult.
A mother?
That's hard to say.
That's very difficult. I love the widows. I have got a widow with children in my home right now. The husband was cold-blooded, yes, with children. So I will give it to anybody, from babies right down to widows.
First confessor.
First confessor.
No, she'll give one. Then Jessica give. Then others is like, come on, everybody. It goes round.
She will find a way to
come.
make them
It will
all.
bypass all of us.
To be honest, yes.
Yeah, she can't leave one person out.
Have you had somebody question you that are you God? Have you had somebody have a problem with what you do?
Oh, you always have some people questioning what you do, isn't it? Some people think I'm rich, I'm a millionaire. I say I'm not. I am not. I'm a poor pensioner. Some people even some book at a man took my 50 grand away, and I haven't even. They think I'm rich. I am not. I am not. The little that I have is what I intend to share. That's all. That's all.
Did an angel speak to you? Did you have a dream? Did you have a vision that you should live your life this way? You should live for others.
To be honest, if I say God opened for me to see that, I'll be sitting here telling a lie.
Yeah.
But I had this pastor who was blind and passed away. And I had a dream. And the dream, he showed me, he was holding my hand and showing me things. That there was this huge bunch of apples. Because people were intimidating and humiliating me and embezzling with the church money. I had single-handedly built 2 churches without any donations. And anytime you send somebody there, all they do is, oh, the collection and the tithes and everything. For 25 years, I've never, ever had a gallon of petrol in my car. I have the branch in Takra, the Abuisi, and Mabo, and Accra here. That is gone. Somebody took it from me. And this pastor, in a dream, said, just watch. There was this big crusade. Everybody was dancing, and this man was still holding my hand. Even though that time he had not identified himself as the dead man. So I always saw him as a nice gentleman. He said, Mom, let me show you something. Because I told him I was tired. I wasn't going to do anything again. People are taking me for granted. And then there was big apple arranged very big, in a very big, huge tray. He said, watch. They were dancing and dancing, and people were, he said, they made an announcement. Everybody should pick one. So I was just struggling that he should leave me to go and pick one. And people were struggling and gambling. I said, sir, didn't you tell them to pick one? He said, just watch. Anything I asked this man in the dream, he said, just watch. They were struggling. Some had a bag full of, I said, what? I was getting angry in the dream. So when it was at the last 2, I just struggled to get out to go and pick my own. So I picked one, and then I woke up. But before I was waking up, I said, what's your name? So that when I meet you next time, he said, my name is Pastor, he mentioned Betchebo. I said, what? But you are dead. Then what he said was, are you surprised, Mama Ann, that I am here? Those who are gambling, those who are rushing for it, those who are collecting have had their own share, have had their own reward. So that dream had impact on my life. I've never shared it openly.
That was a riveting experience that also Mami just shared. Doctor, what are your thoughts? And is there any anything that comes to mind as you were growing up that you can relate to this dream that she has just shared?
I think my mum is an angel sent.
Amen.
Since I've been young, born, she has looked after me, she has held my hand, she has guided me. She is my angel on earth. I can't navigate this world. She's helped to navigate for me. Now I'm growing older, I'm navigating it for myself. So I'm just really grateful for everything she's done for me, and I think that's something that will live with me the rest of my life.
And I dare say she's not an angel only to you, to thousands of people, including a new one.
Amen.
Thank you. Yeah.
We would like to hear from you. I'm not saying last words, but definitely these are not your last words at all. But to round up, to end, we'd like to hear from you. Something to encourage other people, anything you want to put out there. We'll give you the opportunity to do so now.
Okay. Hebrews 6:10 says, God is not like us, that he will not remember. But God remembers every good or kindness you show to the children of God or to every human. He will remember and bring you back to the book of life. He is God. And trust me, everything the Bible has says or whatever God says is true. He will always remember us. In time of need, sickness, whatever, call him and he will answer. So I urge all of you out there, I know you are watching me, and your case is just like me. I wasn't fortunate, and you are just like me. I was the ugly duckling in my home, and I thank God who picked me from nowhere and brought me this far. So if I can do it, hey, you can do it better than me. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching us, and God richly bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Like she said, God is always ready and able and willing to help. And God helps us, each one of us, through individual human beings. Asaf Mami is a giving person. She's addicted to giving. She's addicted to helping. So we'd like to leave you with an inspiration of hers. If Auntie Anna can do it, then you can do it. And I dare say you can even do it better. Join hands with her. If you feel the need to help, partner with her and her daughter, doctor here, to reach out to a lot more souls. Thank you very much.